Hello everyone! We are the students from the Department of Building Surveying, Faculty of Built Environment, the University of Malaya. For our Risk Management and Construction Safety subject, we are assigned to a video presentation on Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. This act was enacted on 25th of February 2004 with the intent to ensure safety and welfare of all persons at all places of work. The Act contains of 67 sections divided into 15 parts with 3 schedules. Now, we are going to explain on Part 1 to Part 4.
Part 1. Preliminary.
This Act will be signed as Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. It will be applied throughout Malaysia to any industries that is specified in the first schedule. Examples of industries that are specified in first schedule such as manufacturing, mining and quarrying, construction, agriculture, utilities, public services, transports, wholesale and retail trades, hotel and restaurants, and finance. Provision of this Act are additional to other laws relating to safety and health. Other laws relating to safety and health are such as Factory and Machinery Act 1967. If there is any other written laws that are inconsistent with the provision of this Act, the provision of the other acts shall be void. Under this Act, it explains clearly the meanings of the context used in this Act, such as the contracts of service, council, employee, government, industry, occupier, officer, place of work, plant, practicable, prescribed, secretary, self-employed person, substance of use at work, supply, and trade union. There are 4 objects of this Act. The objective is to ensure the safety, health, and welfare of the person at work. The first one is to give protection to the person at work against the risk of safety and health at work. Second one is to protect other people who are at the workplace, such as clients and visitors. Next, it is to promote a better working environment where the environment are able to fulfill the needs of person at work. Last objective is to provide the means whereby associated occupational safety and health laws may be replaced by regulations and industry codes of practice in combination with the provision of the Act.
Part 2. Appointment of officers.
A Director General of OSH is appointed among public officers by the Minister. The Director General is responsible in exercising powers, performing functions, and discharge duties. The Minister may also appoint Deputy Directors General, Directors, Deputy Directors, Assistant Directors, and other OSH officers as necessary. Whenever the Director General is unable to exercise his duty, the power is handed over to the Deputy Director General. The purpose of appointing public officers is to ensure that all powers, functions, and duties under the Act can be carried. In Section 6, it stated that the Director General are given the authority to appoint and pay a person or independent inspecting body from any industry. It is to advise him in carrying out this Act. The appointed person shall be paid with allowance, fee, reimbursement, as the Minister may determine. The appointed person shall also be considered as public servant as stated in Section 21 of the Penal Code Act 57. Section 7 indicates that officers appointed under this Act are to be given certificates of authorization in order for them to perform their duties. Currently, the DOSH officers are given authorization documents. This is important to avoid any conflicts and to facilitate cooperation with the officers when enforcement activities are carried out. For Directors General, the certificate of authorization is issued by the Minister.
Part 3. National Council for Occupational Safety and Health.
Next, in Section 8, it states that National Council for Occupational Safety and Health need to be established. The membership of the Council is stated in Section 9. The Council consists of not less than 12 and not more than 15 members appointed by the Minister. The membership of NCOSH must consist of the following: 3 persons from organization representing the employers, another 3 representing the employees, 3 or more persons from Minister of Department, and another 3 or more persons from organization or professional bodies whose members are related to OSH and who are able to contribute the work of the Council in the opinion of the Minister. The Minister shall appoint from among the persons mentioned above as Chairman and a Deputy Chairman of the Council. Section 10 explains about the second schedule of this Act. The members hold the responsibilities as Council members for a term of 3 years, and they may be reappointed for a maximum of 2 terms. A member of the Council may at any time can resign from the Council by a written notice to the Minister. They can be removed from the Council by the Minister for permanent incapacity or other sufficient. Next, the following persons shall be disqualified from being appointed as member of the Council if they are found or declared to be of sound mind, they are bankrupt, convicts of any offence involving fraud, or incapable of performing the function as a member of the Council. A member of the Council appointed shall cease from being a member if he fails to attend 3 consecutive Council meetings without the writing permission from the Chairman. He becomes disqualified under above subparagraph, and if his appointment is revoked by the Minister. The Minister shall summon the first Council meeting and thereafter with not less than once in 3 months at place where the Chairman appoints. The Chairman could call a Council meeting on the request of any 2 members of the Council with written reason. The quorum of the Council is 6. If there is an equality of votes of any questions to be determined by the Council, the Chairman shall have a casting vote. If the Chairman is absent, the members must elect one of them to take over the meeting. The Council must determine its own procedure. The Council also must have proper records of its proceedings to be kept. The members of the Council shall be paid allowance for attending the Council meetings as determined by the Minister. Section 11 stated that the Council may carry out investigations and make reports and recommendations to the Minister relating to OSH with regards to changes it considers desirable to OSH legislation, improvement of the administration of the legislation, the fostering of a cooperative consultative relationship between management and labour, the special problems with respect to welfare of women, the establishment of adequate methods, the statistical analysis of death and injuries, the provision of healthcare facilities at work, the fostering of development and adoption by law of industry codes of practice, and last one, anything that is regards to the development of rehabilitation plans and facilities to assist person injured at the place. Section 12 stated that the Minister will appoint a public officer from the office of the Director General to be the Secretary of the Council. The Secretariat of the Council is in the office of DOS. Next, Section 13. Section 13 explains about the committee. Committees is to assist the Council in performing these functions and in particular to carry out its duties in relation to industry code of practice. The Council is empowered to establish committees with respect to different industries. The appointed person may be paid with allowance as determined by the Council with the approval of the Minister. Section 14. The Council must prepare and forward the Minister a report of its activities for a period of 12 months ending on the 30th June of each year.
Part 4. General duties of employers and self-employed persons.
Section 15 indicates that every employer and every self-employed person are responsible to ensure the safety, health and welfare all of his employees at workplace. Moreover, the detail in Section 1 includes the provision and maintenance of plant and system of work is practicable, safe and not harmful to the health. The making of arrangements for ensuring safety and absence of risk to health in connection with the use of operation, handling, storage, and transportation of plants and substance is practicable. Then, the first provision of information, instruction, training, and supervision is necessary and practicable to ensure the safety and health of the employees at work. The maintenance must be conducted in a safe and without risk to health. Lastly, the provision and maintenance of a working environment for the employees are practicable, safe, absent of risk to health, and adequate as regards facilities to the welfare at work. Next, for the purpose of subsection 1 and 2, employee includes an independent contractor engaged by an employer or self-employed person, and any employee of the independent contractor. The duties of an employer or a self-employed person under subsection 1 and 2 are in relation to matters which the employer of self-employed person has control or would have had control but for any agreement with the independent contractors to the contrary. Section 16 explains that every employer and every self-employed person are responsible to prepare and revise a written statement of his general policy with respect to the safety and health of the employees at work. In Section 17, the employers and self-employed person must ensure it is practicable to the person other than their employees or who may be affected thereby are not exposed to risk to their safety or health. Next, in Section 18, they state the duties of an occupier of a place of work to the person other than his employees. Firstly, a non-domestical premises occupiers which has been made available to the person other than the employees shall take measures to ensure that the premises and all means of access to an address are available for person using the premises and any plant or substance in the premise are safe without the risk to health. Secondly, someone who has a contract or lease or otherwise obligate extend in relation to the maintenance or repair work of place or any means of access or egress from the workplace. The prevention of risk of safety and health that may arise from the use of any plant or substance in the work. Lastly, Section 19 stated the penalty for an offence under Section 15, 16, 17 or 18. A person who contravenes the provision of Section 15, 16, 17 or 18 shall be guilty of an offence and be liable to a fine not exceeding Rm 50,000 ringgit or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years or both. That's all from us. Thank you for listening. We hope that this information may be useful for you.